So how you guys feeling tonight?
Okay, I am now live, currently, congruently live for Jake Paul versus Ben Askren, the fight that everyone is so looking forward to. Hold on, let me put up my chair a little bit. So, guys, Jake Paul versus Ben Askren is starting in approximately any second now. I'm not going to be able to show the fight. I don't know there's one person watching, but I'm going to just inform um, the people that are, I'm live. If Nappy you're in here, then that's cool. I'm gonna just tell James Johnson that I'm live. Show the fight on just Nappy. I can't show the fight. I was gonna do it on Instagram Live, but then you couldn't see my face. But you know what, Nappy? Go on, the whatever legal thing you're watching it on, like a website or whatever, and you can just watch it and then mute it and then listen to me. Hold on. So that's the way it's gonna go. Sadly, because I just felt like I get more views on YouTube. So I'm just going to inform my subscribers that I'm live on YT. I'm live, and yes, so guys, so the fight is happening now. So Nappy, go to this. So Justin Bieber is currently performing right now. He's singing right now. So the fight hasn't happened yet. My initial thoughts on this whole no, Justin Bieber is performing right now. Yeah, J.K. Sorry, yes, Justin Bieber is performing right now, and it's cringe. But I have to say, this event has been a waste of time. Like, I am so glad I did not pay money to buy this fight because it's just been a concert. And I know that, like, it's cool and whatever, and it's bringing in the younger fans, but this is a boxing fight. We want to see boxing. And they've dragged on this event way longer than it should have been. And the musical performances go on for as long as a history class that I take or a chemistry class that I take. It's crazy. I loved Pete Davidson calling out Jake Paul and calling him a bad person, basically. And I'm so surprised he was able to say that. But like, it's Pete Davidson; he can kind of say whatever he wants, and he's been the highlight. And they've done some weird things with the comedy. So Ben Askren is not going to do a lot. And again, I'm not happy that this is happening. You know what I mean? Like, some people are excited to see this fight happen. Some people are, excited to see with the KSI versus Logan 2 fight. Almost every stream is getting taken down. Yeah. Well, I have a little thing for you. So if you guys are having trouble and you can't find any things, follow this Instagram account. I'm gonna give you a minute to take a screenshot of it. Okay, there you go. And this account has all the links you need, multiple links in case anything gets taken down. So that's my little piece of omening to you. And you can what's the name? Oh, sorry, I'll do it again. But I don't want to hold it up forever. But hold on. Where is it? So it's called. This is the name of it. This is the name of the Instagram account, and then if you just go on the stories or whatever, you just go on the posts. This account is all the links that you need for any fight, and they're very reliable. And yeah, so that's the things I use. Let me go to. Hold on. I'm gonna watch this through my phone as well because I don't want the glare to be seen through my glasses, I guess. So, what's the name of this called? Oh, okay. Hold on. So, guys, if you know of anyone who wants to see someone talk about this fight, please let them know because we only have two people are watching. I want more people to watch this fight. This live stream. So Oh, and now we only have 1%. I'm actually gonna find my old iPhone 7. Oops. Do not want. Okay, so Justin Bieber, Bieber is currently performing. Oops. I'm gonna be way back. I'm just gonna get my stand. Ta-da! Okay. Yo, Angel, what's up? Angel is currently in the building, from what I know. We got 3 people, 2 people. I'm watching it on my phone. I also got it on my computer, just in case one of them things crashes, which happened in the Nate fight. Angel was supposed to join me, but he had to do something for his friend. It's fine though. But yeah, I'm ready for this fight to be over. I and Jake did that weird gymnastics thing, what he did in the open workout he was doing in the dressing room, and that was so weird. It's like, I don't know, he's a cringe guy, man. He's a cringe guy, and this whole event's just been one of the weirdest events I've ever had to witness. They didn't even have a concert for this event. Exactly. I think they just wanted to appeal to the younger demographics. But like, this is not the TikTok versus YouTube event. Dojo shaking her as dude. I wish I bought it. LeMayo. Here's the thing. I don't really care about Doja Cat. I don't care who she is. It's like I don't mind watching a boxing event for like a couple hours, but this just seemed very long and overdrawn. And yes, Nappy, be essentially your choice if you want me to tag in, or I can support from here. By the way, I finished your choice. If you want me to tag in, or I can't support. Wait, so Angel, you're saying you can join me? I don't know. If you can join me, just call me on Discord. You can? Okay. Let me get you up. I'm gonna call you Angel. So just so you're aware. So going on to Discord, and gonna call whoever is in Chief Draco. Was the voice call? Can? Hello? Yo, what's up?
Oh, hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, I have Discord muted. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'll mute myself. I'll be right back.
Okay. So I guess Angel's joining me, which is amazing. I like having my co-host with me. Whose thing is on? Oh, I think that's because he's watching it.
Alright, I'm back. Alright.
I'm worried about Ben, dude. Yes, I am now. So, Angel, what do you think of this event? Do you think this has been was worth the $50?
God no, dude, it had so much potential. It really did.
Wait, Angel, can you just mute your video because I don't want to get like copyrighted claimed? Like you
have the video playing.
Well, I can hear the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you could just mute like the not you, but like the fight.
I don't have anything playing. What are you talking about?
Oh. Maybe that's me. Oh. Okay. I can't. I think that was me. I can't hear anything. Okay, we're good though. We're good. Okay. So, anyways, yes, I thought this had a lot of potential, but I just felt like it dragged on for too long, and there was too much singing, not enough boxing.
No, wait. Don't get me wrong. The Steve Cunningham versus Frank Mir fight was explosive, in my opinion. I feel like that made up for the entire night, and it's probably going to carry the entire event.
Yeah, and then the last fight. Oh, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna feel like I'm surprised the UFC champion, a UFC fighter, did that good against obviously the best cruiserweight of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then the last fight that just happened, the guy was supposedly hit in the private part area, but it turned out to be a shot to the thing, and he got carried out on a stretcher. I thought that was pretty interesting.
It was like some WWE kind of stuff right there, dude. That was
all I thought about when I saw that was that's gonna be Ben in a couple minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, but do you think it was real? Because I think he faked it so hard because he was getting beat, honestly.
Well, I think he wanted to he wanted to continue, but he tried to make up that excuse. And although he might have just gotten hit so hard that he thought it was behind the belt, but regardless, I knew that the fight was over then and there.
Just find it so weird. The replay was behind the back. It was a legal shot. But the man was holding on to his nuts, and I was just standing there in disbelief.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to this fight though. Like, I just hope Ben. I think if Nate can make it 2 rounds with Jake, I think Ben can make it like at least a solid 3.
Yeah. Sorry. Just give me a quick sec. I just gotta make sure I don't have any background audio.
Okay, that's fine. Jake knocks out Ben. Yes, Snappy. He will knock out Ben. Sadly. Oh, I'm sad James Johnson isn't here, but it's like 5 a.m. in the UK, so it's pretty late for him. So he's probably not on site. That was my dog. But you know what? I like this tight knit community. So what if there's only 3 people watching? It's fine. It's fine. I wish I tweeted this out, but I don't know if anyone would have watched it. Maybe I should do that. I should tweet that out. But I don't want to lose the stream. But yeah, I'm predicting that the fight will end in round 4, and Jake will TKO him, or he'll like just hurt him. I don't think Ben's gonna get hurt. I don't think Ben's gonna be like Nate and get like absolutely like destroyed. Yes, it's about to start. They are currently showing the interviews, and we are now going to start with the nope. Never mind. There's no walkout. There's just him doing that thing.
Oh, did you hear what Pete Davidson did to Jake Paul?
What?
Apparently, the event was on the verge of canceling because Dave, like the guy who smokes a bunch of weed and he's commenting, right?
Yeah.
He said to Jake Paul's face, no hesitation, just talking about the sexual assault, and that got Jake over the edge.
Wait,
and
was this? Wait, how do you know this? Did Keemstar say something?
Keemstar said it, and then Thriller said, well, Thriller didn't say, a freaking employee said it's probably going to be cut out of the interview, but Pete Davidson, I think that's his name, he legit said to Jake, he confronted him about the sexual assault, and that put Jake over the limit, which started the stretching yoga stuff, which was kind of interesting.
Wait, Keemstar said this? I don't see it on his Twitter.
Hold on. Let me find it real quick. I could find this in time.
I guess Triller muted the national anthem.
To get interactions or whatever on Twitter. No, I'm not. I got sources at the event.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Do you want me to share my screen so you can see it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna click share audio. Let me know when you see it.
I see it. Oh, yep, I see your screen.
Get this out.
Through the grapevine that Jake is mad at the event. Now I can only speculate, but I'm pretty sure when Pete Davis comes in and starts bringing up the Jake Paul sexual assault allegation to his face, I'm assuming that is probably the thing that sets Jake Paul off.
Angel, I'm gonna have to make you pause that because Ben Askren is currently walking out. He's currently walking out.
Oh,
he has a pretty nice robe on.
Well, this mentality changed the outcome of the fight now that Jake's not in the best mindset.
Oh, the curtain fell. Oh, sorry. You okay, Max? The curtain fell again in my room, in my living room.
Who do you think is gonna get the first clean punch out of the fight?
Maximus, hey. Oh gosh, Jake is gonna kill Ben. Probably. Wait, Angel, was Ben Askren's music Funky Town or whatever? Or like, was it? Did you hear what his music was?
I've heard it in Bellator. Did he use it again now?
I don't know. I have to have my video on mute, like, because I don't want to get copyrighted. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. Sure. It doesn't matter. But I like Ben's robe though. His robe is pretty. It's very slick, very silver. I liked it. Yeah, but I was surprised that Pete Davidson said that to Jake.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Here comes the problem child, Jake Paul in smoke.
Please don't tell me the robot's behind him. I'm gonna get so mad if the robot's behind him.
Oh, so he's just coming in with himself. Oh, and the robot is following him. The robot is with him. The robot is following Jake Paul.
Someone hacks the suit.
Okay, so there he is. He's warming up. Hold on.
Ugh. Jake is gonna kill Ben, bro. Beat him, but kill is a different thing. Agree to disagree, Nappy.
Is this real steel? Probably not.
If it is, Jake Paul's that little kid then. Actually, it kind of looks like him now that I think about it. That would make BJ Flores Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Crackle.
Might be a dumb question, but did Ben Askren go to the ring wearing flip-flops?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Wait, Angel, are you watching it on your computer?
I was watching a reaction channel, so I'm not watching it at all anymore.
Oh.
I'm just gonna expect your reaction.
Ugh. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no way. Julia got caught. Oh no, I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna watch the YouTube stream of it because it ended on my thing. So guys, Ben Askren and Jake Paul are moments away from fighting. Michael Buffer is currently announcing the fights. I'm gonna try and get it on another stream. So yeah, I've got 5 people watch. Bennett's gonna lose, but he's not gonna get knocked out. Yeah. I don't know, guys. This whole thing has just got me stressed. I'm sorry if I'm not really making sense or being very articulate, but you back, Angel?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I have a brother in the background, so
it's fine.
Mind that. Bro, what do you think about Julia Rose somehow getting involved with another Jake Paul fight?
Funny.
Are in place and they are ready.
Oops. Okay, I just got another stream up in case that one fails. Okay. Guys, we are moments away from Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. I'm not looking forward to this at all. My heart's racing because I'm like, here's what's gonna happen, guys. Here's what's gonna happen. Ben's gonna lose, and Jake's going to love every second of it. I hope I'm wrong. You know, I really want to be proven wrong, guys. I want to be proven wrong. I want Jake to lose so bad, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I just don't think it's gonna happen. You know, and I don't know. Ben is like he's like a wall. You can't see. You can't like see if he's nervous or not. You know.
I doubt he would even be nervous. I feel like his fight career really helped his confidence.
Yeah. Let's get ready for this. You know, I don't know what Jake's doing. He's doing like a weird like throwing his arms around in the air.
Yeah, weird. Like back then, Jake Paul used to hit himself in the face to like prepare physically about the damage, and now he's getting his body relaxed.
Yeah, well, he hit his face when he fought Gibb.
Yeah, exactly. That's just. I don't know, man. Maybe
guys,
the man
we are
found
just-
some new technique.
We are seconds away. They are touching gloves.
Who gets first hit? Who gets first hit?
Angel, it's gonna start like it's here, guys. It's Ben Askren versus Jake Paul. It's happening right now at this congruent moment, and the fight starts. They're waiting. They're holding us in. Now the fight started. Oh, and Jake's he's not really landing anything effective hits. He's going for the jab. Ben is doing quite well. He's holding his head up. Jake went for a body shot. Ben landed a good hook on Jake's neck, it almost looked like. Okay, Jake's going for the body a lot. Going for a lot of body shots. Ben is pretty staying in control. He's not going in for Jake. Jake is trying to circle him. He's trying to get at Ben. Ben is doing better than expected. Oh, wow. What is that? Oh, he just got Ben with a good shot. Oh, but then Ben got him. Oh, and Ben is hitting Jake in the clinch.
Holy dude, Ben has the nastiest clinch game in boxing.
Okay, so again, Ben is doing better than I thought. He's keeping controlled. He's keeping a good pace. He's not going in for anything. He's keeping his hands kind of like this, but it's working. Jake got him with a good jab. But again, Ben doesn't look phased yet. Got him with a good
Jake
shot.
bleeding yet?
No, I mean, it's kind of very slow. Jake got him with a jab to the chin. Oh, and they clinch again. Ben isn't really doing anything. Jake hasn't landed anything super effective at all yet. Ooh, landed almost a good shot. Oh, going for again. He's doing a lot more jabs, a lot more body shots, a lot cleaner than the Nate fight. But again, Ben is holding his own quite well. I'm surprised.
That's kind of surprising. Yeah, that's really surprising.
But Ben right now is keeping control. Oh, Jake just got him with the shot to the temple. Ooh, a shot to the chin. Ooh. Oh, Ben's down. Ben is down. Ben has been knocked out.
Oh my god.
Ben has been knocked out. And he looks rocked.
Knocked down or knocked out?
He's gone back up, but he looks really rocked. I think Angel, it's gonna be a knockout. I think it's gonna be over. This is gonna be over. The ref has called the fight off.
No.
Jake Paul has beaten Ben Askren.
Oh my god.
What shot was it? And just like I said, Ben was not gonna get hurt.
I mean, he did get hurt, but I know what you mean.
Wow.
Oh, bro, now we're going to have to hear from Nappy.
And now Jake's crying. Jake's crying right now. Although I do feel bad for him because his security guard died, but...
Oh,
wow.
no, don't be funny.
Wow,
Yeah.
Dana White is going to be so mad. Oh, so I don't think Ben made the count. I think he got to 8 and Ben didn't make the count. But Jake got him.
I'm sorry. Jake has more power than KSI. So no, I'm sorry. It's official.
Let's see the replay. I want to see the replay. I want to see if I think it was a shot to the chin that got Ben. Although, you know what? I'm going to be honest. Ben Askren did not look terrible. Ben Askren looked actually all right. But again, I think it was his hands went down.
Happy if you're listening, this doesn't prove nothing. Dustin still kills Jake Paul. Don't care. 170, 200 doesn't matter. But you were right about this. I give you props, bro. Oh yeah, Jake Paul's power is officially greater than KSI in my opinion. What do you think?
I'm just listening to what they're saying.
Okay. Oh, that was a short night.
Wow, that was... Nate Robinson lasted longer than Ben Askren, Angel. Gibb lasted longer. Gibb and Nate lasted like the same amount of time. Deadly lasted longer than... Okay, so the stream stopped, but I want to go back and see what the shot was that blocked Ben. Okay, so it looked like it was a chin. So hold on, I'm going to put it in 0.5. I'm not going to be able to show you guys any of this. That wasn't a KO. Why did he call it? Okay, let me listen. So Ben was kind of had his hands up. Oh, and then Jake got him with a shot to the chin. Oh, and then hold on. What is the shot that gets him? Oh, big shot. So it was a chin shot. It was a chin shot that got him. Like I said, the chin shot.
What kind of chin shot? Hook, uppercut, jab?
It was basically, it was the same shot that got Nate Robinson.
Oh my God, he got him with a cross.
That's what I'm saying. If KSI fights Jake, that's the shot he needs to look out for. That is Jake's bread and butter. That is his killer shot. That's how he's knocked out all of his sparring partners. But hold on, I want to listen because some people are saying that it wasn't a KO and that it should have been called. It shouldn't have been called. So let me listen to the audio for a minute. Okay, so I just rewatched it, and you know what's? I mean, I think the ref was okay to stop it, but Ben got up, he made the count, and he was ready to fight, and the guy just called it off. I will say that Ben looked really rocked, so I guess he was protecting him. But I think that fight could have gone on a little longer. He might have gotten more seriously hurt, but if I'm being honest, like that fight could have gone on a lot longer. Like that fight. I think
the ref made the right call. I think the ref.
Yeah, I mean,
the last thing we needed is another Nate Robinson.
Yeah. Like Ben lost. Like Ben could have lost a lot bad. Like he got way back up. He was fine. He was rocked, but he wasn't like hurt. Oh, now Jake's doing push-ups on the canvas. Wow, Jake's just is so happy.
The push-up thing is conky, but respect Jake. I respect Jake that the emotion came after the fight.
Listen, I don't deny Jake has power, and I've been 100% honest in saying I think he can KO KSI. But I'm just gonna say this. Let's remember this. I will say Ben looked better than Gib, and he looked better than Nate, and he showed better skill than a lot of those other guys. I don't know why is I don't know why someone was calling me. Nappy was calling me for some reason. So he's hugging his dad now, and they're celebrating. But okay, so what I was trying to say was that, sorry, I got distracted. Was that now the stream's over. Okay, so what I was gonna say was when I don't, Angel, I don't know if you've seen the video footage, but here's the thing. Jake, listen, I think people, if you say Jake has more power than KSI, I won't debate you. I can 100% see why you would say that. I'm not denying that. I'm not, and yes, he knocked out somebody that has this chin of steel. But let me just put it this way. Ben got hit with that shot. He was rocked. His legs were gone. But he got right back up. And he was ready to go. And yes, the ref called it off. But here's the thing. If Jake KO'd him clean like he did Nate, like absolutely obliterated him, like Nate was out cold. If he did that to Ben, I would be like, yes, I see that Jake has more power than KSI. And I guess in a way you could say that. But I feel like with this, it wasn't. Okay, so Nappy's saying it wasn't a knockout, it was a stoppage. So yes, like I said, the ref called it off.
Wait, it wasn't a stoppage if it was before countdown. It was a technical knockout, unfortunately. It wasn't a stoppage.
I guess it'd be a TKO because Ben got hit with Ben got hit. He went on the ground. He got back up. He was ready to fight again, and then the ref called it off. Which I said that was going to happen, Angel. I said that was going to happen.
Yeah, we both agreed that was going to happen. Crazy. I mean, it was your original idea, so I agree with you, man. Congratulations. You're officially the prediction king.
I said third round or fourth round, but again, I said if this ends in the first round, would not be surprised. The
reason I think this is a big deal is even though he didn't like a vicious KO, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Askren has never been rocked, like not let alone knockout. Besides the knee, he's never been rocked in general. He's never been like dropped.
Well, I want to say this point that I made back before the fight happened is that Ben was a known professional wrestler, and again, when Robbie Lawyer was hitting him and beating him up and all that stuff, how long did that go on for? Less than 15 seconds, and he instantly got back up and he pushed him to the ground and wrestled him. With Jake, this was, even though it was only one round, Jake was hitting him with big shots for like again and again and again and again, and Ben couldn't take him down and recover. You know, like what Ben's biggest advantage, his biggest strength, he couldn't do. And that's exactly what this proved exactly what I was saying. You take away Ben's biggest strength, you got a mediocre, moderate fighter. And you know what? If that's controversial, and that's something that no one wants to hear, I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. Ben Askren he's a good wrestler. I don't think he's a
great wrestler.
Great wrestler. Amazing wrestler. I don't think he's a good boxer. And he had to box. He had to do the one thing that was his biggest weakness. And I don't know why anyone and again, people are like, Ben's cardio and Ben is able to take shots and he's able to compete. And I'm like, this comes down to boxing skills. This doesn't come down to heart or technique, heart or competitiveness. This comes down to who can hit harder and who's going to have that precision. And that was Jake. Everything that I knew was going to happen happened. I knew this was going to happen, and I had people swaying my judgment, but this is exactly what I expected the day they announced this fight. I said the day they announced this fight, first round knockout, and this was a technical stoppage. Boom, I was right.
I agree with you. Heart and cardio things aren't factors until the third round. That's when heart and cardio are valuable. But really, when it comes to first and second, it's just pure boxing technique.
And I don't want to get
over.
I don't want people to get carried away and be like, "Oh my God, Jake knocked out Ben Askren in the first one." Because yes, I will say, but Angel, do you think this was his toughest competition? I mean, have you seen the footage? I don't think this was his toughest competition.
Okay, well, the fact that he landed a cross and a hook on Jake kind of shows he did more than give Nate Robinson.
He was
I think
better
the Deji one would be debatable.
I think Deji was more of a challenge than Nate. I mean, than Ben Askren. In my opinion.
To be fair, I think Ben Askren would have probably beaten 2018 Jake.
I think. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, with Jake it was headgear and smaller gloves, but
right?
I just don't want people to get carried away because again, Jake did knock him out and it was a chin shot. But Ben got right back up and he was ready to go. Would he have gone more seriously hurt? Yes, and I think the ref in a way was right to stop that fight. But Jake did not if he put Ben to sleep, then yes, you can get carried away. But he didn't put Ben to sleep. So I don't think people should get too carried away with.
Didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
I meant like okay. It's like the Robbie Lawler thing. It was the ground and pound. You know how he got back up and he wrestled to recover.
Yeah.
But when the ground and pound happened, Ben got up insanely quick. With the Jake Paul one, it looked like he struggled to get back up. That's the difference. That's what I mean. Like, yes, he couldn't recover. It's the idea that, okay, Ben got up in 2 seconds against Robbie Lawler. But in this one, Jake got up again and took 8 to 9 seconds to get back up. It's about the recovery speed.
I feel like it's different when you're hitting somebody and you're on top of them, and then when you're fighting someone in one place and you're generating all of this power from your legs, right? Would I be right in that or no? Am I wrong?
I mean, no. I understand, but it's not the ground and pound I think you think it is. It's not like he was hitting him while wrestling. It's like Ben's face was literally laying down. It was a one-hit traffic. It was a frozen target. With Ben, he was able to dodge or someone. I'm assuming. I haven't watched the fight. He was able to somehow block yet dodge. With the Robbie Lawler one, he wasn't able to do nothing. He was just going to eat those until there was an opportunity. Okay, look, Happy, you're right. I'm 100% apologize, but I'm still disagreeing with you that Jake Paul does not have more power than Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler is a UFC champion, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, so would you, after this fight, are you 100% confident that KSI has absolutely no chance against Jake?
I'm never going to say no chance. I'm a boxing fan. I know there's always a chance.
Yeah.
I just know his chance decreased by far. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Bailey, I'm going to speak on that. So some people are saying Ben got paid off. Do you think that's true? I don't think he got paid off.
I don't know. It's kind of, at first I was thinking, okay, look, to be honest, I don't want to say he got paid off, but it seems suspicious to me how the other guy got hit in the back but was holding his nuts, and the stretcher made it look more dramatic. Now this, I can understand why people would think that.
Yeah, I'm watching it back, and again, Ben looked like rocked, but again, it's like, you know, people like Ben never got rocked, he never like face planted, and that's because like when you're boxing someone and you're doing MMA, it's very different. Like it's the way that you're moving, like it's a very different thing, and that's what I was saying. So this is
that's okay. I agree with that, but there's one little thing that kind of puts that debate a little down. He fought Douglas Lima, and Douglas Lima is a top tier boxer. He was the boxer that gave this one Israel Adesanya wannabe guy his first loss. Like Douglas Lima was like the Bellator's best striker, and he was hurting Ben Askren. He still wasn't rocked. Now Douglas Lima is lightweight, so there you can say Jake Paul hits harder, and it's only because of weight, not technique. But what's the saying? If Robbie Lawler and Douglas Lima couldn't hurt Ben Askren when they were on the ground, and keep in mind these two are not wrestlers or they're not grapplers. These are professional strikers with KOs under their belt. And if Jake Paul managed to just let alone knock him down, that says something.
Yeah, but you know what? I know this is controversial. I don't care about anyone's opinion. I bet you KSI could have done the same thing, maybe in a longer period of time. But KSI, Logan Paul, that Ryan Johnston guy from TikTok, I think could do what Jake just did to Ben. Maybe not in such excruciating fashion, but I'm telling you, I don't think Jake is the only one that could have done that to Ben. Would you agree with me on that?
But like Ben, I feel like KSI would have beaten Ben Askren, but obviously KSI, I think it's a bad thing. Floyd Mayweather does it, but KSI likes striking it out, and it's just his stamina.
Yeah,
but they would all beat. The only person who I have a hard time seeing beat Ben Askren would be freaking, what's that guy's name?
And
Deji. I want to see Deji versus Ben Askren.
That would be great, but I think another good point that we've letting out is that Robbie was 170, Jake was 190, and at 200. So Jake had a lot more weight and power behind him than Robbie. Not again, I know that even if you're like way less than someone, you can still be, just as powerful. But the weight, I think, does play a huge part in this too. I think, right?
It does. Weight does have a huge factor in it. But the thing is, like, this is one of my favorite quotes. If size matters, the elephant would be king of the jungle. Okay? It's not just about size. It's all about technique and the delivery. You can have all that size, but if you don't have the delivery, there's no point of using that size. Now, I'm saying Jake Paul doesn't have the delivery. It's not striking level of as a UFC champion.
So some people are saying that Ben Askren was paid off, and this seems very strange, and that they didn't like the stoppage.
I felt that the stoppage could have gone longer, yes, but was it appropriate? Yes. It was really appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, although what I will say though is the ref in the Nate Robinson fight, like Nate didn't make the 10 count and he still let him come forward. And I feel like that's because the ref gave Nate the benefit of the doubt because he's an Olympic athlete. So I feel like in a way, why would the ref of this fight, who knows who Ben Askren is, not give him the second chance to continue?
What if it's still okay, I haven't seen the fight, but what if it's the same coach and he just doesn't want to repeat his mistake?
Yeah.
Want to know what my next prediction is?
What?
Julia Rose is going to be in Jake Paul's next video. I'm calling, dude. She's a gold digger.
Who's going to be in? Oh, Julia Rose?
Yeah.
I think that Jake's going to fight Dylan Dennis next.
I think, okay, I know I'm going to piss people off. I think Ben Askren could beat Dylan Dennis.
I mean, like, here's the thing. I looked at this fight, right? He was way better than he was against Nate, and I'll admit that. He was not as wild, and he was going for the body. He was going for the He was definitely not going for those big looping shots like he was against Nate. But what I will say,
be fair though, that's weird. Like Nate Robinson was weird. Continue.
yeah. But what I was saying was that I think that with Jake, what won him this fight was timing and accuracy. That and with timing and accuracy comes power, and I think that that's why Jake won this fight. Would I personally believe that this fight didn't go on long enough for like me to think this was Jake's toughest opponent yet. Like if we take out the pre-assumptions, like let's say like nobody knew who let's say Ben Askren didn't have this luxurious career, people didn't know that, and you just watch this fight objectively, and you watch all other Jake's fights objectively. I think a lot of people would say Ben Askren was not his toughest opponent. And let's forget Ben Askren getting hit by Robbie Lawyer and being this, guy who gets hit with big shots. Like if you look at Deji versus Jake and Jake versus Ben, I think Deji gave Jake a tougher time. Obviously, it was headgear and bigger gloves, but it went 5 rounds. You know what I mean? Like and Deji, who barely.
I think I said out of there. Yeah. Next week, take out the trash. All right, sorry, my brother.
Like Nate Robinson was a bigger threat than Jake to Jake. He actually hit Jake. Ben never really hit Jake that well. Like
he was a better challenge, but Nate Robinson, I wouldn't say so.
Like I think that I just having watched this fight, I think that Jake is done what he has always wanted to do, and that is to control the narrative, and he beat a real fighter, and in a sense a lot of people will now see him as a legit pro fighter, and people will give him praise for that, and I see where that is. But he beat somebody that was not a challenge to him in a way. Like it was someone that was the worst of the worst. Like he beat a guy who had the status of a real fighter, but who boxed, like I would say, I still think Ben boxed like a YouTuber. Like I don't think he was boxing like an elite fighter. Like that's not how elite fighters box or anything. Like
he was better than most YouTubers, though. I'll give him.
I would say, but I would say he was at the level of Deji in a certain sense. He was better than Gibbon. He was better than Nate, but he was definitely on the level of the YouTubers. And so if you look at Ben's boxing ability, Jake in essence fought another YouTuber. Which I know might be controversial to say, but Ben Askren, I think, has the status of a real fighter. But I think he boxed like he surprised me. He looked better than I thought he was going to look. But he boxed like a YouTuber, and so in a sense, yes, you beat someone that was a real fighter, but his boxing skills were at the level of a YouTuber. And I think that Jake was able to. Again, this was a high reward, low risk fight. Jake had no risk in this fight, but now he's reaping all the rewards. And this is going to be annoying. This is going to be really annoying, Angel. I am not looking forward to what's going to happen now.
Personally, I'm just happy that
Ben didn't get
if anybody's going to beat Jake Paul, I wouldn't mind him getting knocked out cold. But I just think the time for Jake Paul losing wasn't appropriate today. I mean, it wasn't appropriate in general. Since Jake Paul lost a friend. So maybe he just deserved this W because no matter how much you hate the guy, no one should go through the loss of a close friend.
Yeah.
Maybe he did deserve this one. So
I think that I hate because KSI said Ben's gonna beat Jake, but then he did say that he thought Jake was gonna beat Ben. But when Robbie hit Ben, he was bleeding everywhere, but when Jake hit him, Ben wasn't bleeding. So Angel Nappy said that it's crazy when Robbie hit Ben, he was bleeding everywhere, but when Jake hit him, Ben wasn't bleeding.
Not how the anatomy works, but I'm done explaining this. Okay, Nappy. You can get knocked out by getting rocked in the chin. The blood comes from the nose. When the ground and pound, Robbie was rocking him in the middle of the face. And Askren's nose had to be examined. The boxing match, his nose is not being examined. It is his entire backlash of the brain and his chin. That's why the Jake Paul bloody nose thing isn't a big deal, because no fight has ever been discontinued for a bloody nose. If it was gone on longer, maybe it would make sense, but you don't need to have a bloody nose to get rocked or to just let alone get knocked out. Ground and pound, it would make sense because you're getting pounded on the floor through your nose. I highly doubt Jake Paul was hitting Ben on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
And I don't think this fight was rigged. I don't think that this was rigged. But what's funny is that I'm not trying to discredit it, but I'm gonna little like if NBA basketball player who only sparred once and and this was his first boxing match, and Deji, who barely trained and looked like he wasn't taking it seriously, like a YouTuber and an NBA player who never boxed before, lasted longer than a quote unquote elite fighter. Like, what does that say? Like I knew this was gonna happen. I'm so angry right now.
Oh, Jake Paul, Keemstar responded. You want me to screen share his response?
Yeah, what do you say?
I have no idea. We're about to hear this for the first time together. Knowing you're on my screen.
I can't see it yet.
Okay. Let me start it. Click.
I still can't. I can't see it.
That's odd.
Oh, was it like a video?
Yeah. Hang up. He posted the fight. I'm gonna see this real quick. I haven't seen it yet, so let me.
Yeah, it says he's basically.
Oh!
What? Oh, are you just seeing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That what you can. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And again, he got up from that, and then he was ready to. And
that did seem like a flop. I'm not even gonna lie.
What'd you say?
That's such an unnatural reaction to a hook.
What?
His body went sideways to the right. That's so unnatural for the body to react like that to a hook.
You really think this was? Do you really think this might have been staged?
Wait. It has to be, dude. There's no way. He hit him with the right hook, and his entire torso faced right, and he took 2 steps before falling. Oh, wait, no, 1 step. My bad.
Wow.
There's no way. Who reacts to a hook by turning the entire body direction?
Well, maybe that's just how powerful he is. Vegas.
I refuse.
I don't know why I'm defending this guy, but I don't want to be seen as one of those people that are like, that are proven wrong. But yeah, I mean that is kind of, what's weird is Ben had his hands up, right? Like sort of, and then he did like a jab to get Ben's things away, and then he just hit him with a boom, and then he just went down.
Yeah.
And then
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel bad for Ben.
Although Ben didn't his legs didn't look that wobbly. I mean, he looked rocked to me, but his legs weren't gone to me as bad as like Nate was. So you're a little suspicious. No. So are you? You're a little suspicious of this knockout. You're suspicious.
I'm so suspicious. This is so sus.
Guys, Angel is suspicious of this knockout. Personally, I'm gonna be on the side of Jake Paul because I don't want to be proven wrong. But you know what, Angel? He staged a marriage. He staged all of his vlogs. This man is no stranger to staging and faking things.
That's true. But but would Ben Askren really? Dude, Ben Askren loves his pride and dignity. He's not like a. Okay, Nappy. I hope you're trolling. I swear, I hope you're trolling, Nappy.
Jake Paul might hit harder than Canelo and GT. Nah, Nappy. Although the big thing that people have, one comment I saw on Twitter was that this doesn't prove Jake's gas tank, that he can be taken into deep waters. You know what I mean? Like that. Like this fight didn't truly show us his biggest test. I don't think this was his biggest test. I think if he fought,
Jake Paul was smart. If he was smart, he would have just dragged it out.
If Jake Paul fought Tommy Fury and he knocked him out like he did Nate, Ben, I would be like, KSI's got no chance, but I'm still gonna back him. I don't care who Jake knocks out. I will always back KSI to the day I die, and I won't be delusional. Like I'll be like statistically and factually, Jake is set to knock this out. But like Ben just looked very like he was doing all right, but he wasn't like exchanging. He was kind of slow. He was not really he wasn't terrible, but Jake's gonna face someone way bad, way tougher than Ben Askren.
Okay, Nappy, we're gonna have to keep you away from the weights. No more weights for you.
So
he's gonna say Jake Paul is harder than Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think this should. And you know what Ben Askren said is he said that even if Jake Paul beats me, that still doesn't prove that he's a good boxer because Ben Askren admitted I'm a terrible boxer. So this is my stance on this. Great knockout to Jake. Glad that he was able to avenge the person that died for him, and
well, not avenge,
or not avenge, but like he was able to defend his honor, and he was able to hold him to that standard. And I don't want to say it was faked until there's big proof where someone has like a Twitter thread, but I wouldn't be surprised. But what I will say is that if we look at Jake Paul's fights, he's fought Deji, he's fought Anisan Gibb, he's fought Nate Robinson, and he's fought Ben Askren. Gibb was supposedly the second best YouTube boxer, which wasn't true. Nate Robinson was an elite athlete, but boxed like a YouTuber. And with Ben Askren again had the status of an elite fighter, but who boxed like a YouTuber. And so to me, Jake's only fought YouTubers, and the only time he's been put into deep waters was against Deji, and he dominated Deji, and Deji let him abuse him, which is I think why Jake survived those deep waters and was able to go the 5 rounds, because he said I was tired after the Deji fight. So again, this changes everything a lot. Jake's gonna have a lot of big fights. Again, I think Jake has a lot of potential. I think he looked I think this was the best he looked since the Gibb fight. And I want to break down the fight and study it and see if there's any flaws or any big positives I could take away. Keeping in mind what you said about how it was weird the way Ben acted after he got knocked out. Even if this was a fake thing, I don't think it can't be denied that Jake Paul was a good boxer and that he has power and knockout power, and he could beat a lot of YouTubers and low-level UFC boxers, UFC fighters. I think that's a fair assessment.
Wait, this doesn't make sense. I'm still looking at this clip. The way Ben Askren reacts to the TKO was like, what? Like he wasn't even making a big scene about it.
Yeah, he was very nonchalant. Like he just it was like, oh, like I got hit,
No, he complied with the ref. He's like, I lost. Oh, if you say so. Like it wasn't a big scene.
So some people are, you know what? Here's the thing. Even if this fight surely this was rigged, he's way too happy. Oh yeah. So Angel, I don't know. You're not gonna be able to see this, but Ben Askren is literally laughing and smiling, walking out of the arena. He looks really happy. Like he looks like he doesn't even look hurt.
Well, to be fair, that's just Ben Askren. Man is bulletproof.
Yeah, but his wife is smiling and hugged him. And listen.
Jake doubled his purse. I'm calling him, bro. Jake doubled his purse.
Probably. So I think a lot of people are just
Jake Paul hater.
Oh, wait, hold on. So there was this. Oh, so people are bringing up this clip from the movie Creed. I'm assuming you've seen that, right?
Yeah, of course.
And there's a clip of the guy punching him, and it was like a rehearsal. And the guy that played Creed did the exact same thing that Ben Askren did, getting hit with a shot right to the chin, his body going the exact same way that Ben Askren did.
Jake.
So someone's saying that
what?
People are saying there was a delay in the knockdown.
You know what? I'm gonna give Jake the benefit of the doubt and say this match was real. But there's always gonna be the thought of my head in the back that Ben Askren is officially a sellout. Yeah, but I don't think Ben Askren is that kind of dude. All this evidence. All this stigma around Jake and faking stuff matches, the body flipping doesn't seem natural at all. Everything adds up to show it's fake. The freaking holding his crotch before the fight and then taking a stretcher. That seems beyond fake. The only thing that doesn't make sense is Ben Askren's attitude. He would never. My head hurts.
No, well, I think you should log on. So what I was gonna say was that Ben said that like he doesn't care if he wins or loses, and he loves the money. Like this makes sense that Ben would do something like this. Like Ben was only doing this for the money. Like in the pre-interviews, like Jake wanted this. Ben didn't care about this. So if he took money from Jake, I think that would have been that would line up with his character in this event.
No, it wouldn't, because he had a Bellator against freaking Michael Bisping. He always hated flop out fights. He trust me. Like I'm not gonna assume you know Ben Askren, but the man, yes, he cares about the money of this fight, but he always had a stigma against fakes. Like he always believed, get your record through hard work, get your technique up, not your money with your flops. Like he always believed in these kind of things. But the Jake Paul fight, he only cared about the money, but at the same time, it's no way in his character to be like, you know what? Why not fake it? After his brand is legit called funky. Like, it's just him not caring, but he believes in doing what he has to do. Right? I want to doubt it so bad, Andre, but I'm not gonna be like, there's no way.
Oh, Ben Askren just tweeted, "Sorry, world," and Nate Robinson said, "Welcome to the club."
I knew it. He was gonna come out. I told you he was gonna come out. I told you he was gonna.
Listen, I'm not doubting Jake's knockout, but if you compare the Jake Paul knockout when he like knocked down Ben Askren to the rehearsal they did for Creed, it is beat by beat the same, legitimately. Like compare them both, like look at them together simultaneously. It looks like the same thing. Mm-hmm. Although when Jake punched him, he did go down, but I think that here's the thing: if Jake can box a real boxer and beat him, that's when I'll like be like, oh okay, like I just want him to fight someone that I know is good, because Ben Askren before this fight we knew wasn't good. You know what I mean? Like. If you fought like Dylan, if you did that to Dylan Moran, I would be floored. You know what I mean? Like I would be like,
not even just knocking out. If he beats Dylan Moran in general, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, like I think that like, yeah, and that's just why I'm like KSI needs to have more fights before he fights Jake, because I genuinely think that could happen to him. What he just did to Ben. Like, but the thing is like. Ben wasn't really exchanging with him. He wasn't really like, he was like trying to take his time. But again, I don't know what to think about this right now. It's you know what? Everything that I thought was gonna happen happened. Like this really doesn't surprise me. And it doesn't impress me. What would have impressed me is if he knocked him out cold like Nate Robinson. Or they went into like the fifth round and Jake was able to do that. Like that's when I would have been like, wow, okay, Jake. But I don't know. And even if this was staged, Jake would not admit to that. Like he would not say this was staged. Like that wouldn't be anything he would admit to.
Well, I mean, he admitted to the fake marriage at this point.
Yeah. But the thing is like everyone, a lot of people when this fight was announced, everyone was like, Jake's gonna win this. Like.
Oh.
Like
well, not everyone. It was really a 60-40 against Jake in betting wise.
Yeah,
especially in
I think that the mainstream, what would happen?
Dana White lost $1 million on open bookings. Oh, he's so dumb. He is so dumb. Yeah, Dana White lost $1 million on bookings. The betting website.
James Johnson said that Ben was gonna win. James Johnson said that like Ben was gonna win, and then I was like, he's not, and I just said, was I right or was I right? Like I was so close to getting suckered into the hype against Ben Askren, but I chose to stick with my guns, and I'm glad that people aren't gonna be like, oh, you said that, Ben was gonna win, because I saw no way Ben was gonna win. Like, I'm sorry, but but I just want people to be aware. Like, Angel, you think that KSI could beat Ben Askren, right?
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, again, when Jake faces an opponent that I know KSI can't beat, that's when I'll get like very scared. Like, again, I think that Jake can knock out KSI very easily, but again, it's like I'm like KSI could have done that, and I'm sorry, but like if I know that KSI can do that, like why should I get like super nervous or get on the hype train if there's no way that they can beat him? Because it's like if like Tyson Fury can like beat Deontay Wilder, if like a boxer can box another boxer and like they have the wanting to have a main event with another boxer, but you're like that boxer could do that to that guy. I it doesn't really like get you nervous.
Yeah. Oh, Joe Weller reacted. Oh, wow.
What did Joe say?
Joe say make Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor happen right now. There's a good chance he is drunk though because he announced that he was going to be with the boys drunk stream. Deji said, "I said it. No way Ben Askren beats Jake Paul." And out of nowhere, Joe Weller reacts with "Suck your mom. You're a pussy. Fight, give me."
And then Deji said, "Who is this guy?"
Try going out in public with your mom without your mom or dad. Ooh, that's a good one.
But Angel, I don't think you could say after this fight, yeah, Jake's gonna beat Conor, right?
No.
Yeah, no. Like,
No.
that's what I'm saying. It's like anyone who says that Jake can beat Conor after this, no. Like if he fought that's why I want him to fight Dylan Moran, because Conor was like, Dylan, I'm pretty sure KSI's having camp right now since Jim's Open UK. I hope so. So what I was saying,
I don't think Dylan Moran's his move. Personally, I think Tommy Fury's the move.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What I know is that Jake is not going to fight a boxer. He'll never fight a boxer. He's only going to fight MMA guys. So, but I feel like Dylan Moran made more sense for this time because Dylan, he wants to get to Conor, right? And he said, "Oh, Dylan gave me a hard time in camp. When we sparred, he gave me a hard time. He's he's a prospect, and I have a lot of faith in him." And I was like thinking, storyline wise, Jake, if you knocked out Dylan Moran, or you just beat him, boom, you are right there to Conor. Like if you beat Dylan Moran, that fight would happen probably this year, right? Like he beat somebody that gave Conor McGregor a hard time in the ring. Like that would convince me that he could beat Conor, that he actually like was what he hypes himself up to be. So again, I think he's a good boxer, but I'm still not like, I still don't get the hype. I think the hype that he gives himself, I still don't see it.
Yeah. Speaking of hype, Tommy Fury says, Jake Paul, absolutely fantastic for the game. These two guys are coming to professional boxing, bring more access, support the kids more and more watchable from different ages because of these guys. So it's very, very positive for us. Jake Paul, keep making moves. Hats to you.
That's Tyson. What Tyson said, right?
Yeah, Tyson Fury.
Yeah. But you know what? Jake needs to fight like a boxer. Like MMA, like a guy who's good at like someone that's like good that could like if he fought someone like, I don't know, like who's like a good UFC guy or like a good wrestler.
Okay, a good wrestler?
Yeah.
I don't know so much about UFC, but there is one guy I do know who I feel like can give Jake Paul the credibility. However, Jake Paul would insanely be the underdog, and I would say Jake Paul would get knocked out too. But if Jake does beat him, I feel like it would definitely help his credentials. And the man I am talking about is Paulo Costa.
Yeah,
Paulo Costa.
I got a ringside visual of the fight, and it looks like Ben Askren's like he gets hit in the head, but like I don't know, Angel. It does look a little sketchy because he goes down and then he like picks up his arms and lifts up his body like he was down already, and they just went like that. Like he like usually you would go like that if you like wait when you got hit. Like maybe it was a delayed reaction, but I don't know. It definitely like it gets hit. and then he goes down. Ben definitely looked like blocked, but like he was ready to come forward. I mean, I think the ref made the right call, but like I don't know, man. Like I think Ben could have taken another one of those shots.
Yeah, dude, what I don't understand is okay. This is what confuses me. Okay, let's say Ben Askren got paid out, right?
Yeah.
Knowing Thriller, they're trying to be like some concert level kind of entertaining boxing match. Like they're not normal boxing matches, right? Doja Cat, Justin Bieber, Snoop Dogg, whatever. What I wonder is, would they be supporting this? And yes, they would, because they don't care about the sport of boxing. They care about the numbers. This isn't like the Zone where they care, or Match of Boxing. They care about the sport. Thriller just cares about the concert, entertainment, the numbers. So a knockout would give them attention like Denny Robinson did. So this is totally in character for the Thriller company, which is kind of scary. Really sketchy.
Stephen, what's his name? Stephen A. Smith said, "See, this has to stop. Jake Paul is not some scrub. He's a pro now. Askren, even though he's a UFC fighter, is a grappler, not a boxer. So why was he even in the ring? From now on, Paul needs to fight an actual boxer. He's gonna hurt any non-boxer." You know what? That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Like, he will not actually get that validity, that checkmark of approval, until he fights someone that is actually, like, good. Because Ben Askren's strength was grappling. It was wrestling. You take that away, what do you have but a moderately mediocre fighter? Like, I know that statement. People are like, oh, I can't believe you're saying that. But to me, that's what I get off from Ben Askren.
Kavo's tweeted, Jake Paul probably does beat KSI. I can't lie.
Well, the thing is like, I believe that KSI could lose to Jake, but like KSI is a boxer. Like, I mean, he's not like a pro boxer, but his strength is in boxing, not in wrestling. Like, again, people only don't remember. Just keep it in mind. You can get lost in the hype, but let's remember, Ben Askren's biggest strength got taken away in this fight. That's like I'm really good in doing like math. I'm bad in math, but I'm really good in history. And that's like, if you take away history as a class and you just replace it with another math class, I'm gonna fail that math class.
I don't know why these UFC fighters were saying that. I mean,
apparently Keemstar agrees with you. He needs to fight a real boxer.
Yeah, like the thing is like, you take away some, like, that's like saying like, oh, you want to run like a track race, like, okay, we're gonna take away one of your arms. Like, you took away like one of like, or you took away like my best leg or whatever. I don't know. It's a bad comparison.
It's a track race and you took away the arm.
Like, you could technically still run without an arm, but it's a lot harder. It's like taking away someone's biggest strength. Like, if you look at Ben Askren, without the wrestling, he's a bad fighter. Like, he can take shots, but he's a bad fighter. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's slow. He's not powerful. This is exactly what I was saying. Nothing that he was doing was hurting Jake. It's like, you take away someone's biggest strength, and you're going to get the result we just got. And it's like with KSI, his biggest strength isn't something that he can't do in boxing. You know what I mean? It's like, if Jake fought Faye Sensei, right? Faye Sensei is a mixed martial artist, but he's proven to be a good boxer, you know, and like better than Ben Askren. And it's like, listen, I know people like saying, oh, Jake just beat an Olympian and whatever. And I'm like, and that, like, all these like accolades Ben has are irrelevant in boxing. And what were they all in? Wrestling. I don't know what else I have to say. All of his accomplishments have been because of wrestling, not because of boxing.
Oh.
It's like, but like, listen.
I will say though, if Deji ever wants a rematch, Ben Askren is the way to go.
Yeah, I think that Deji. I think Deji should not fight Jake anytime soon. Like, I think Deji needs to like prove himself like Jake did. Like, but I would love to see Deji fight Ben Askren.
Deji fighting by Askren would be awesome. I have to go soon, but God, I'm so happy I decided to be a part of this.
Out of what?
Deciding that finding out that I was able to have free time, enjoying our reaction, seeing the social media's reaction, discussing if this was fake or not. I'm so happy I did this because if not, I would have just kept on writing this stupid scripts.
I just want to say very quickly, a lot of people are kind of fight people. People are saying like KSI, might win or might lose, and that all that stuff. And the thing is like, well, what was the tweet that someone said? Jake won't. So I think another thing is the KSI versus Jake fight might not happen because like people are like Jake is kind of above KSI. Like he doesn't need to fight KSI. Like in a way, I would see it as a step back because like yes, the fans want it, but like I think as Jake, you would want to fight another MMA guy or like someone that's a big person in the sport instead of a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And again, I hope that KSI doesn't fight Jake next because I'm probably gonna say he's gonna lose. Like I'm gonna support KSI. I'll believe in him, and I know. Hey, listen, I know this is crazy, but hey, I predicted the Ben Askren fight right. I said that Nate was gonna go down. KSI will last longer. Oh well, how about this? Do you think KSI would have lasted longer than Ben Askren if he was fighting Jake tonight?
Well, that's a different story. Because I told you in our original first debate,
Yeah,
I do not see Jake beating KSI in later rounds. And the only way I see Jake beating KSI is through the early rounds.
Yeah. I will say this. I think if KSI fights Jake, or even if he fought him tonight, he would have lasted longer than Ben Askren and Nate Robinson and Gibb. So I think KSI, if he goes to fight Jake, even if he loses, I'm saying that he will at least go 3 rounds with Jake. And I guarantee you, even if he loses, he's going to put Jake on the canvas at least once. I know it. I know it.
Like, I agree and disagree, but yeah, I'll still be rooting for KSI.
Yeah, like listen, like I'm not like dumb. Like I know that I know like even when Jake fought Gibb, like I know Gibb is levels below KSI. But listen, I'm not a dummy. I know KSI can lose to Jake and he can get knocked out like Nate Robinson or Ben Askren. I know that can happen. But I think that when KSI and Jake fight eventually, I don't think that's going to be an easy fight for Jake. I think that will actually be his toughest challenge yet. I think that will be. Like I think he will get knocked down and I think he will get tested in that fight. Even if he beats KSI, I think there will be a moment of truth for Jake and for KSI. And thing is if KSI takes a year to box and he gets that, and let's say KSI boxes for in the upcoming year, he has 3 fights, he knocks out like an elite athlete, an MMA guy, and a pro boxer, and he knocks him out like the way Jake knocked out Ben and Nate. I'll feel a lot better about it, and I think that will change the narrative a lot. Like I think that like if KSI can knock out people early and they're like at a high level, even if they're like not maybe the best at their division, I think that you have to take that into consideration. You know what I mean? So I don't want people to take this fight as what's going to decide who's going to win against KSI and Jake, because I know KSI is not going to just go from 2 years inactive to fighting Jake. And I believe that this will motivate KSI to maybe scrap his tour and his album and start training now, because that's what I would do. Because Jake is not fighting good people, but he's only improving.
Oh no, dude! Social media is trying to pressure KSI into being next.
Here's the thing:
not the right move.
I don't want that. But let's say hypothetically KSI beats Jake. Let's say hypothetically say KSI fights Jake next. I'm pretty much gonna say Jake would win that fight. But at this point, but at the same time, I'm gonna back KSI. I will always I will always have his back. I will always believe in him 100%. And I know that even if he loses, it won't be an embarrassing loss. And I think people will be surprised. I think it'll be like the Deadly fight. Like Deadly, like everyone knew he was going to lose, but people were surprised at how well he held his own against him. So again, I think that KSI could get knocked out by Jake, but I'm 100% saying this that if they do fight next or whenever, even if KSI loses, I think he will be Jake's toughest test, and I think he will knock down Jake at least once, and Jake will have a moment of truth. And this fight doesn't change my views on that, but I think it kind of creates the thought in my mind that I think this solidifies that Jake can beat most YouTubers, and I think this solidifies that he does have the power to beat KSI. But in terms of the larger context of Conor McGregor and boxers, this is this. It means nothing. This fight means nothing in terms of can he beat Conor, can he beat Dylan Moran or anyone at a high level.
I don't think Dylan Moran's on a high level. He's just on a professional level, but not high professional.
Yeah, I just wanted the Ben fight was stopped a bit too quickly, to be honest. But he definitely seems better than KSI. James. I don't think that Ben looked better than KSI.
I think he looked better under the lights, but not overall.
Yeah. I would say that the KSI's technical performance in the Joe Weller fight was better than Ben's technical performance. Would you agree with that?
I think they're similar.
Nah,
it's only
KSI was attacking and Ben was kind of being conservative.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's easy to attack and not be conservative when Joe Weller was a walking block.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I just feel like Ben and KSI are different. Listen, people can hate me for this, and James, I know you're watching this. You can hate me for this. You can disagree, but I'm going to stick by this. I think KSI is more athletic, more mentally there, more stronger, better technique, and is just everything better than Gib, than Nate, than Deji, than Ben Askren. I think he's levels above them in athletic ability, in stamina, being able to take punches, and
Whoa,
I think he has better boxing ability than all of those people. But let me put this, let me tell you this: if Deji was at his full potential, then I would say that Deji was better than KSI. But since KSI was at But since Deji was at half of his potential, KSI was technically better than him. But yeah, I'm saying it now. I think KSI was better boxing skills wise than any of Jake's opponents. Thus far.
Yeah, wait. Can we talk about that? Because I feel like I strongly disagree there. Boxing better wise, yes, KSI's far superior, but I think you stretched a little too far when you said he was the better athlete, had the bigger gas tank, and had the stronger chin. I do not agree with those three by any means, but I agree he is the better boxer by far.
Well, here's the thing. If KSI could get hit with a big shot to the chin, get hit by 3 illegal shots, one getting held in his head, and then getting hit twice, and be able to he had a 5-minute break. He took 1 minute to recover, and he was still holding his own, and he was being smart about it. Now, here's the thing. If Logan had that killer instinct, he would have beat KSI. But the thing is that for KSI to even just get back up from a shot like that and still be game, and also...
No, but this is assuming that it isn't scripted. This is assuming that it isn't, if this is, I don't know.
Oh, so you're saying if Ben was, if it was scripted, then yeah, here's the thing. I think that KSI only won Logan 2 because he got points took. JJ got tired in the 3rd round. Yeah, but I'll say that KSI is not going to box Jake the same way he boxed Logan, and I think that with the new coach he has, and if he is able to have a year of fights, I think that I'm not so worried about that. And again, the whole thing about KSI versus Logan Paul 2 is yes, he won, but he took big shots and he had a moment of truth in both fights, and he overcame them. And Jake hasn't proven that yet, even though he fought.
No, I agree with that. He hasn't proven it, but I still keep by my statements that the Ben Askren comparison to KSI thing was a huge reach. I do not agree with that, especially the athletic gas tank.
Here's the thing. The only reason why I'm still confident in KSI is because not mainly. I think people kind of misinterpret what me or a lot of KSI fans say. Is like I'm not confident in KSI because I know he's this amazing boxer, but because I know he has had 2 fights where he was like losing half of the time, and then he won, and he was had moments of truth in both fights, and like there were moments when we thought he was going to lose, and he always came back. And yes, Logan was tired, and yes, Logan didn't go for the kill, and you have the killer instinct. But like, I don't think there's a lot of other YouTubers or people who could get hit with those shots like KSI got hit with Logan and still be able to survive, you know? So that's why I'm confident in KSI, is because like I know he's been through the war. He's proven that he can go to deep, he can be taken through deep waters and hold his own.
Well, he hasn't been in the deepest of waters, but okay, this is what I feel like. Look, Jake Paul, I mean, KSI has been mocked, yeah, but he hasn't been pressured. I'm sorry, but like KSI, we haven't seen KSI fight on the back foot. We haven't seen him against the ropes. We haven't seen him eat combos more than once. I'm not just talking about one combo.
Well, I feel like that happened in the first. I mean, in the first Logan fight, that happened, and I mean, he was losing.
Yeah.
That, but he survived it though. Like he was able to survive exchanging with Logan and losing and being pressured.
Yeah,
like,
he survived though because Logan kept on fighting on the back foot. What happens if someone challenges KSI for the pressure? We've never seen under light KSI fight in the pocket, like inside fighting. Like, yes, he's been in deep waters, but he hasn't been in like the deep end.
Well,
like we haven't seen KSI on the back foot or in the ropes.
Well, Jake,
we've seen him fight on the back foot.
That's I know, but I mean, I think he was able to do that because I mean, I'm not taking away from that, but I think that he was able to do that because his opponents, like with Nate, he did a lot of back foot stuff. With this, it was a lot more coming forward. But with like on the back foot, it's like it's easy when Nate's just running at him and. You know, he's able to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I say that Jake's opponents allow him to do stuff that he maybe wouldn't be able to do with someone that had the same skill level that he had. You know, like, I don't think Ben Askren and Jake boxing skills were at the same level.
Yeah. I want to respond real quick to Daniel. Logan would have won if the point wasn't taken. Well, first of all, Logan would have won if he wasn't a pussy. No offense. Yeah. Man had a non-existent right hand. Yeah. Second, he said Jake would murder KSI. I agree with you, but it's boxing and anything about it. Yeah. Three, what does Jake Paul have to do to prove it? I don't know. How about fight someone who doesn't have the fastest knockout in UFC history?
I know, yeah. Like, Jake needs to fight somebody that they don't need to be, like, levels above him, but they need to have a proven history of being a good boxer and having actual skills. Like, that's when I'll be like, okay, Jake, I'm going to finally give you the credit, the validity, you know? And, you know, I think KSI, people make a lot of, like, I guess, assumptions that KSI can't box off the back foot, or he can't do this, or he can't do that. And say, just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean he can't do it. Like, there's, like, he doesn't show a lot of his, again, a lot of sparring footage of 2018, but, like, the past 2 years, we don't have a ton of stuff to go off of his boxing skills. And it's like Jake, if Nate Robinson had the same skill level that Jake did, like, I don't know if Jake would be able to showcase the back foot or be able to, you know, do on any of that stuff because Nate wouldn't be running at him or rushing at him. Or in Ben's case, just being really slow and weak.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm not going to say KSI can't, but I really doubt he can fight on the back foot. KSI has way too much heart to fight on the back foot. His heart would make, like, oh, you want to charge at me? I'm going to charge right back. KSI he's a dog, man. Like, yeah, no, he's not a good boxer, but he has heart. And I don't see his heart letting him, like, I don't think KSI is going to, like, let himself mentally retreat. I feel like he would have fought him.
I think he kind of did that when he got hit with the big shots with Logan. Like, the people that were even announcing the fight said, yeah, KSI was being a lot more conservative and more focusing on his defense and taking it slow and being smart. And so I feel like in that way, KSI kind of proved that, like, if he got hit hard or whatever, or he needed to be conservative, he can do that. And I think he's just smart enough to know what to do. And I think people like Ben Askren and Gibb and Nate, they didn't have that IQ.
Wait, Daniel, I want to respond to you real quick. Ben is a good fighter. Yes, he's an amazing fighter. Look at his stats. You know what you should look at? You should YouTube. You should Google up Ben Askren striking, bro. All right. Look, I'm not. Do I think Jake would beat Logan? Yes, I do. I do. Okay. I think Jake could beat KSI too. I think KSI is not a good boxer. I don't think Jake's a good boxer. I don't think Logan's a good boxer. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're good by like a YouTube standard, not like professionally.
We're talking a YouTube standard. If you hear us call someone great, we're saying YouTube standards. We're not talking boxing.
Yeah.
And you said, do I watch any other boxing? Yes, I do watch other boxings. I go to TG Boxing Gym in Broadway, South LA.
Yeah.
Yes.
Angel's a boxer. I'm not a boxer, but I watch a lot of boxing besides YouTube. And the thing is Daniel, Ben is a good fighter, but notice how you're using the word fighter. You're not using the word Ben is a good boxer. If that was the case, different story. But Ben Askren is a good fighter. He's not a good boxer. There's a difference between you can be a good fighter, but if you're not a good boxer and you're in a boxing fight, what's gonna happen? What do you think's gonna happen?
Same thing with Frank Mir, Daniel. Frank Mir is a UFC heavyweight champion, but he got picked apart by Steve Cunningham. Why? Because it's all about the sweet science. It's not about a fighter. It's all about a boxer.
Yeah.
And now, unless you want to say with full confidence that he's a good striker, then go ahead, mate. I mean, I don't know who's going to believe you, but go ahead. Try that.
Daniel asked, do you think Jake would beat Logan? I don't think he would.
I gotta get credit where credit is due. What credit do I give him?
For the I think he's talking about.
Yeah, I gave him credit, didn't I? I could have sworn I gave him credit.
We both did. I think if Jake fought Logan, I think he could beat him, but I think that Logan and Jake are technically at the same level. I think Jake's got a lot more some more advanced stuff down, but if he beat Logan, for example, I'd be really impressed. If he was able to get Logan out in one round, I'd be wow. Because Logan's not compared to Jake, if you look at Logan and Jake, they're at the same level, right?
I see. Okay, that's same level. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say same level.
Yeah.
I feel if they were fighting, there wouldn't be no major underdog. I feel it would be even fight.
Yeah, it'd be even.
I'm not saying Logan would win, but betting wise, it'd be equal.
Yeah, if Logan was able to get knocked out like Nate or even Ben, I'd be wow, you beat someone wow. And Logan would be bigger than Jake in that case, so Jake wouldn't be the bigger guy. And that's another thing. It's with Deji, with Gibb, with Nate, with Ben Askren, Jake has constantly been bigger than them, both in height and in weight, and that makes a huge difference in fights.
Yeah. Okay. James, I want to know what your opinion is on this. Okay. Daniel, if you're still listening, I want to know what your opinion is on this. Andre, of course, you're the main host. I want to hear your opinion on this. I have 3 picks. Okay, I have 3 picks for who Jake Paul's fight should be. Evander Kane, the tough Canadian hockey player who has knocked people out in the freaking ice ring. He caught out Jake. Okay, that's him. 2, Tommy Fury has fought a bunch of scumbag cherry picks similar to Jake Paul, but the Fury's name would give him credentials. Whether he's good or not, the last name itself gives him credentials. Or 3, and this is a huge one because he would probably kill Jake Paul, but if Jake Paul beats him, there is no denying that he's a good boxer. Paulo Costa. Now, before you go crazy about the Paulo Costa one, just think about that. No, Vidal would kill Jake Paul. Not even close. Vidal would even beat Paulo Costa, dog.
You know what's weird? KSI hasn't said anything.
You guys see that?
James, that's what I'm saying. Costa would kill him, right? I'm not going to be delusional. I'm saying, no, Jake has a chance. But I think Costa is the closest thing we would have to the perfect, the closest thing we would have to a striker that would give him credit. Because we don't want to give him the best striker of the UFC, because then Jake would have no chance. With Costa, he would have a 5% chance. Any other good striker would be 1 below. I feel like Costa would be Jake Paul's next fight. That'd be awesome.
I just want to say one thing. I know you can't see this, Angel, but people that are watching can see this. If you think this guy right here, was Jake's toughest challenge, and this is proof that he can beat Conor McGregor, you are delusional. This guy was supposedly Jake's toughest challenge. This guy was a elite fighter. I know Ben Askren has a dad bod. Really? This guy was Jake's toughest challenge?
Andy reused his calling. I agree with you, but I don't think the body means anything for me. Also for me.
Well, I mean, I look back at pics of Ben Askren in his weigh-ins, and this was the worst he ever looked. Like he looked like he always had that dad bod, but like he looked really like in all of his other times he was like a lot better in shape.
I still think Ben Askren was statistically wise and like credential wise was the biggest challenge.
Yeah, but if you take away the credentials and the statistics, he wasn't. James, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I'm gonna have
but at the same time, I feel like Ben Askren did a better job against Jake Paul than 2018 Deji would have done against Jake Paul.
Yeah, I mean,
2018 Deji would have got knocked out in 20 seconds. So I still keep my statement.
Yeah, like here's the thing: is like Ben. Like if you look at that fight objectively, you forget about the credentials about Ben, you forget about the history of Ben, and you compare that to all of other Jake's fights. To me, Ben didn't really challenge. Like Ben didn't hit Jake with a big shot. He didn't take him into deep waters. He didn't hurt him or make him like have to have a moment of truth. To me, that's what a challenge is. Like that's why when KSI fought Logan the second time and he beat him and that stuff, that's why I have so much confidence in KSI is because he went through a fight where there were a lot of ups for him and there was a lot of downs. For all of Jake's fights, he's been the dominant one and he's never had a down moment at any point. At any point.
Daniel thinks Jake Paul can one day beat Conor. One day, not now.
Yeah, one day I think he could, but he needs to fight good people.
Do you want to hear my honest opinion about Conor? Okay, look, James, I know we've been agreeing with a lot of things so far. Don't call me crazy now, but I think Conor would kill Jake. Okay, look.
Oh yeah,
I think
it would be.
But overall, Conor McGregor's boxing is extremely overhyped. Extremely. Especially pro boxing wise. If you compare it to other boxers, even Ryan Garcia admitted it. I don't know why he's betting on Jake Paul, but I agree with Ryan Garcia that Conor McGregor's boxing is extremely overhyped.
So I just want to address something that James said, and just when we were talking in the DMs, he said, "I'll look at you now." When I said forget about the credentials. In the DMs, you said we can't, and now you're doing the exact same thing I was doing when I said forget KSI's opponents compared to Jake's. And I want to say that, like, even if you take away KSI's opponents or whatever, or you take away the credentials, well, the difference between that is, though, like, Nate Robinson and Ben Askren had credentials, and, like, Logan didn't. And so, like, it's like with Ben Askren, he was a Olympic medal champion, Golden Dodge, Hodge. Like Logan didn't have any of that. And even if you just look at KSI and Jake objectively, like I don't see it personally being like, oh my God, Jake's gonna destroy KSI. Like boxing skills wise, it's not. I don't think there's like a humongous gap. Like there is a gap, but I don't think there's a humongous gap.
I just want to say that to James. I think you're right. He is precise, but MMA striking is really different to boxing. It's like people just think, oh, you're throwing hands. It's the exact same. No, technique-wise, MMA striking is way different than freaking boxing, right? I'm not even talking about MMA as in general. I'm just talking about striking. Freaking when he went against Floyd. And I want to say this right now because Daniel just brought it up. Floyd really held back against Conor. Okay? Conor did not make it that far by himself. Floyd was giving people a show. He knew it was going to be the #1 pay-per-view of all time. So he had to make people go for it. He did the same thing with his recent what's it called? His recent what's that one thing? I forgot what it's called, but it's like on a fight, an exhibition. He did with his last exhibition. He was just trolling around with a little kid in Japan. He likes holding fights. He did the same thing with freaking Madonna in the second fight. Like he likes pulling off fights. That wasn't Connor holding himself in. Connor is precise, and he boxed for 7 years. Who boxed for 7 years? His hooks and body shots are really sloppy. Like when you think of someone who boxed for 7 years, I don't see Connor's technique. I'm always gonna call Connor one of the best strikers of all time in MMA, one of the best fighters in general in UFC. But I think he's an overhyped boxer. I think Ryan Garcia, I think Luke Campbell, I think Jorge Linares can beat Conor McGregor in a boxing match. I think Manny Pacquiao would murder Conor McGregor in a boxing match. That's just my opinion on Conor. I'm not saying Jake's beating him by any means. I just think Conor is
like people on Twitter saying like, you know, Deji, a FIFA YouTube gamer, and Nate Robinson lasted longer than Elite Fighter. And I'm like, I want to make sure that people remember that. It's like, yes, I know that like with the Deji fight, it was smaller gloves, 10-ounce gloves. But like with Nate, it's like Nate Robinson.
Wait, it was bigger gloves. Yeah. I never corrected.
Like, here's the thing. You know what doesn't make sense? How could Nate Robinson, whose footwork was jumping, who literally ran at Jake with his face, get knocked down 3 times and I'll get up all of those times, or get up twice of those times, and last 2 rounds? Like, yes, the ref should have called it off the first time that Jake knocked Nate down, but it's like Nate was able to get, like, Nate got knocked down once in the first round, and they was able to make it out, and then he got hit in the second time. The third time was the knockout. But it's like, I mean, like, I feel like this is an accomplishment. Like, it doesn't matter how bad the guy is. Beating someone, knocking a guy out, it's an accomplishment, right? But Jake over-exaggerates this accomplishment, and because of that, people get mad, and people are like, okay, well, like, it's not really that big of an accomplishment because, like, I mean, like, this elite fighter, like, didn't, like, lasted shorter than an NBA guy who had a career in basketball. You know what I mean? That's what I'm like. This is an accomplishment. Don't get me wrong. This is a big win for Jake. But this is not the wow moment. This isn't where I turn my head and I'm like, oh my God, Jake just beat that guy. Like, this isn't one of those moments. And it's like, this wasn't like, I'm trying to find the words here. This was not like
your awakening moment.
This wasn't the awakening moment for me of Jake, and this didn't sell me over completely, like, to him. It's like this, like, if a YouTuber and an NBA guy who never boxed before lasted longer, like, how big of an accomplishment was this really? Like, yes, it was an accomplishment that he knocked him out, but, like, you know, it wasn't like a big accomplishment, you know, like, like, this wasn't.
Here's the thing you have to understand about Nate, though. Like, it's harder to fight a novice than it is to fight someone who's trained. Like, the reason Nate only lasted that long is because he was legit a madman in the ring, just straight out insane. It's harder to fight someone who is not knowing what they're doing than someone who's actually trained. As Logan Paul, that's the reason he couldn't use his right hand. Supposedly, it's because KSI was a bit too wild. It's more harder to fight someone who's unpredictable. That was even your prediction on how Logan could beat Floyd, I think, was to be unpredictable.
Yeah.
That's what's so hard about Nate. It's because the only reason he lasted that long was because he was unpredictable. If he tried being somewhat technical, the fight would have ended even sooner.
Yeah. But I think we have to remember that, like, I feel like, you know, people like to hype up Ben so much, but I'm like, someone that you hype up that much, like that's not how, like, an elite fighter performs, in my opinion. Like, if you're gonna hype him up that much, he didn't live up to it because he never was that. And, like, yes, Ben was boxing Jake more technically, and he wasn't being, like, wild, but, like, the guy was slow. Punches weren't hurting Jake, and again, his biggest weakness is boxing. So again, this is an accomplishment, and this does once again prove that, like, yes, he can beat KSI, but again, I don't want people to go overboard with this and start making up these crazy ideas and concepts like, oh, this proves he can beat Conor. You know what I mean? Like, we have to be realistic and look at the facts of this event and not get lost in La La Land.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna lie, this was my awakening moment for Jake until I saw how awfully flopped the body was. That got me a little nervous. Jake is on the same level as Vidal. And just like that, Nappy's comments makes me want to go to sleep.
That's not
you wanna wrap this up soon or keep going?
What'd you say?
Because it's 11 for me. I feel like I have to go soon.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
And alright. I can't believe Nappy said that. Nappy, I hope you're trolling, dude. Because if you're trolling, I think you're like so good at your job as trolling. Okay, Nappy's trolling. Nappy, you're an amazing troll, dude. With that being said, Jake did his studying and knew how to beat him. I mean, it's not hard to study against someone.
Yeah. Again, I think
you're the troll angel following me back. Fine, James, you win. I don't follow my friends back for some reason.
Yeah.
With that being said, Jake did his studying and knew how to beat him. Well, technically, you didn't really need to study against someone who boxed like that. Also, you didn't really, I don't think he needed it. I think he just needed to learn how to box in general. He didn't have a specific game plan against Ben Askren.
Who, Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, as the common boxing quote is, the best plan is just to outbox.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. This was technique over fighting. Like, this was purely like the only person who was going to win this was who was more technical, and that was Jake. And that's exactly what I've been saying since the fight was announced. That's why KSI beat Joe. Well, Joe, I mean, it wasn't like great, but like KSI said, I'm going to destroy him with my technique and just box him. And that's what he did. Like, KSI is like, I'm going to scrap Logan to death and fight him, not box him. That's why he won the fight. And again,
that wasn't his original plan, but I know what you mean with Joe Weller one.
With the Joe Weller fight? Well, he said in the
I understand.
We said in the True Doherty interview that, like, before the fight that he was going to box Joe to death.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the Logan one. I don't think he should have scrapped him. Because if that was his original plan, he should have talked to the Vidal first. Because I think Vidal got mad.
I think he
was off point.
Yeah, I think he always wanted to like have pressure and be scrappy, but I just don't think he wanted to be as much as it ended up being. But it still worked.
Well, boxing, do you want to see Jake fight to get his props?
Dylan Moran.
I would want him to fight Dylan Moran for you. I don't know. For me, Dylan Moran. Yes, he's like good to give him credentials, but he's not a big name at all.
I know, but people I think are more interested in seeing Jake. Like, would you be more interested in seeing him fight Dylan Moran than Ben Askren?
Honestly, I know you're gonna get mad at me for saying this, but no, because Ben Askren, even though he sucks at striking, he's a bigger name. You gotta understand, most of Dylan Moran's fights were streamed on a Facebook live page.
Yeah. But like,
the one fight he got good quality in was the fight he got lost. Yeah. He got knocked out.
Well, it's like the story. It makes sense for the storyline because if Conor like said, "This guy gave me a hard time," and Jake knocks him out, boom. Like, what does that make Conor look like? You know what I mean? Like, that's the perfect way to get to Conor in less than a year. So that's what. If I were Jake, I would have taken that risk. I don't know. I just like seeing. I like seeing the people that I like fighting like super challenging people because the reward is even bigger than taking a fight that's low. Yeah. That's just me. Like that. Like I understand Jake's strategy and everything, but for me,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
For me, it's like
that's in Jake's characters too.
I just like being able to be like, oh my god, the guy that I like might lose, and then when he wins, it's like the feeling's amazing, and it's like it takes you to that whole other level as opposed to beating somebody that was not great.
Yeah. So boxing-wise, I would want him to fight Tommy Fury. However, MMA-wise, knowing that Jake's going to just fight more MMA people, Paulo Costa, if he beats Paulo Costa, which I doubt is not going to happen, he has a 1 in 10 chance of it happening. But if he beats Paulo Costa, I am officially going to say he could beat Conor. That's how confident I am that he's not gonna beat Paulo Costa.
Yeah. So I think the big takeaway from this thing, just to wrap it up, is like this was an accomplishment. Give Jake credit. Maybe it was it staged. I don't know. I can understand why people would want to see that, and I think that there is a sketchiness, and I can see where you're coming from. But let's see if there's any proof, and let's see if there's any validity to that claim. And if there's not, as much as you hate to do it, you have to give Jake props. And again, this was an accomplishment, but this wasn't the biggest accomplishment. And don't get lost in the hype, and let's keep it very objective and based in facts and reality, and not make these crazy concepts, because if we can do that, I think everyone can just get along a lot better. So, and again, I think KSI can lose to Jake. I think he can get knocked out, but I think he'll do better than any of Jake's opponents. And I've said some controversial things tonight, but those are my opinions, and I've been proven right pretty much every time Jake's fought. So I'm not confident in my predictions. So.
All right. Later, Andre. Gotta go.
Yep. Bye. So, guys, that was a live stream. I've been going for about 69, 70, 79, 89, 90, 106 minutes long. It's 2:07 a.m. It's pretty late. And again, I again this was everything I expected. And again, like I said, did Ben get knocked out cold like Nate Robinson? No, he didn't. I knew that he was gonna get knocked down, but I knew he wasn't gonna be hurt. Like, he was rocked, but he wasn't like hurt, you know? So this was everything I knew it was gonna be. I know exactly what the reaction was gonna be, and it's gonna annoy me. And I'm gonna continue to spread my thoughts, and a lot of people aren't gonna like what I'm gonna say, but it's my opinion. And again, I want to make it clear, I don't think that KSI. I don't think Jake has no chance at beating KSI. I think it's 50-50. And again, Daniel, what you're saying, Nate, Ben great at a ground game, but not a striker. Yeah. Again, this was purely Ben Askren not being able to use his biggest strength. Because if he could take down Jake, it would have gone past the first round. Well, Daniel, I'm sorry that you don't like my opinion, but anyways, I don't really care though. But anyways, I think that again, you take away Ben's biggest strength, what you get is a mediocre fighter who, if he couldn't take down Robbie Lawler, he would have gone knocked out and lost that fight. And that's fact, I think. Like, this guy's biggest weakness is what he had to do to beat Jake. And again, like, if a TikToker, Ryan Johnston kid who has not boxed not even remotely close to as long as Jake and whatever, and KSI can beat Ben, like, I can't be that scared. I can't be that, like, whoa. And again, like, Deji and Gib and Nate, like, yes, they were unorthodox, and that makes a difference, and that's the point Angel brought up. Still, like, this proves that Ben Askren is a good fighter, not a good boxer. He knows how to box, and he knows how to wrestle. He doesn't know how to box. And at the end of the day, his biggest strength is what he had to do to win, and he wasn't able to do that. And that's just all I have to say. It's like, that's not how elite fighters perform. That's not how, you know what I mean? Like, that's, everything that people were hyping up Ben to be, I knew he never was. And I also knew that, like, at the end of the day, this is not how a fighter boxes. This is, like, if you get knocked down, if you're someone like Ben Askren, who's been fighting for over a decade and who is able to get knocked down, and lose in one round, you're a bum. You are a bum. And you have the status of a real fighter, but you box like a YouTuber. And people are like, oh, well, Ben can take big shots. And I'm like, yeah, because he could clinch you and wrestle you, and he could recover and also be able to do what he was best at. And again, Ben was rocked. He clearly was hurt a little bit, but he got right back up. He made the count. He wasn't he didn't get Nate Robinson. He got right back up, and he looked like he was ready to go again. And I think he could have taken another shot from Jake. And I think the fight was stopped a little too early. If I'm being honest, I think that again, listen, I'm not mad at the ref for stopping the fight early. I probably would have done the same. But I feel like if you make the count and you're there, then I think Ben would have been smart enough to be able to do things. And I think Ben got way back up from that shot, man. He got way back up from that shot. But again, when you're boxing someone and and hitting someone on the ground, it's very different things. And again, I was like, Ben doesn't have the skill level to take Jake into deep waters and to take Jake into the nitty gritty. And Ben doesn't have the power to hurt Jake. And if you don't have the power to hurt Jake from the minute the fight begins, you are screwed. You always have the best takes. I'm a king. Thank you. Listen, I'm glad that people respect my opinion, because I'm just trying to speak my honest opinion, and sometimes the truth isn't something that people want to admit. But again, Ben Askren, his biggest strength, he couldn't do. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna lose. And he boxed better than I thought he was going to. But again, he was too slow. He was too weak. And again, you get hit with a big shot. I respect your opinion, Andres. True. Thank you. You know what, Tree Boy? I have respect for you. But again, I know that Robbie Lawyer hit him with big shots and he was bleeding and everything. But with a shot to the chin, that's again, it's like if you're getting hit in the face like this, and that's hard, right? But in boxing, if you get hit with a nice shot to the chin, and boom, your equilibrium's gone. Shot to the chin, boom, you're discombobulated. Your balance is gone. You know what I mean? It's two different things. With Robbie Lawyer, Ben wasn't whoa, I'm discombobulated, and whoa, he was that hurt me, but I'm okay. It wasn't Robbie Lawyer got got a big shot to the chin. Imagine if I got hit, boom, I'm gonna go down. My legs are gone. Whereas in MMA, it's boom, 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 boom. But you're not going for a specific area. Your power is all over the place. And yes, a lot of normal human beings couldn't take that. But again, that's the difference between MMA and boxing. Is with boxing, you're in one place, you're in one position, and you are able to do shots that break people's equilibriums, that break people's ability to get up and have power. And again, if you lose your power in your legs, you don't have any power to fight him and continue on. And so with Ben Askren, Jake got him with a shot to the chin, and you could tell Ben was rocked. He was dizzy. And again, when you're dizzy, you don't have any power coming from your legs, and so you're not able to Who could have seen it? He's just not human. Who's not human? Boxing, women lovers unite. Wear your hats, y'all. I don't know if that's a joke or not, but anyways, again, boom, you get hit with a big shot to the chin. It's lethal. Whereas with MMA, Ben was moving his head and he was getting hit again and again, but he was able to move around. And again, the gloves are smaller, but again, you get hit with a big shot to the chin, boom, it's the end of it, and you can't do anything to come back from that. Whereas in MMA, you can get hit with shots all day, but you can move your head around, and it's so scrappy that it's not aiming for a specific area. With Jake, he knocked him out in a very specific area. It's you're taking someone that's amazing in a specific field and putting them in a field that they're not good at. Yeah, Fletcher. It's not fair. It wasn't fair, and Jake basically was able to get the validity and the verification of being a pro fighter and being a real fighter without actually taking a challenge. And again, This is all about manipulating and making people think a certain way so that when he fights more bums, people don't question it and he doesn't have to actually do the hard work. He did the work without actually doing the hard work, if that makes sense. But this was, I mean, again, he beat a retired NBA player and a retired old, like these were he beat two old men. He beat guys out of their prime that were, you know, their biggest strengths, basketball and wrestling, they couldn't do. It's like, what did you think was going to happen? And I think the officials should have let Ben Gunn on. But again, I think Ben could have taken more of those shots, but he might have gone seriously hurt. So I understand that. But I think, like, you know, clearly live money for the money showed it. But, and you know what's weird is, like, if like Tyson Fury, when Deontay Wilder knocked out Tyson Fury, the ref gave him the benefit of, like, he gave him the full 8 count, and he made the Tyson Fury made the 8 count, got back up, showed that he was okay, and he let him continue. So, and Ben Askren showed that he was able to make the count and was able to be okay. And that's so weird. It's like how can, like, you allow Tyson Fury, who got hit with a shot to the head, who was out cold, get back up and prove that he was backed up and that he could continue, but you don't let Ben Askren do that. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't add up. And I'm just, yeah, man, I think that I understand why the ref did that, but I feel like if you could give Tyson Fury the 8 count and he was able to make it and continue, like, that just shows that, like, you might think something, but, like, the fighter could prove prove you wrong. Like, I was like, yeah, Ben, stay down. You're not gonna get back up. Like, Ben, you need to stay on the ground. But Ben wasn't like another YouTuber. Ben was an elite athlete and a fighter. So as the ref, I was like, I should probably call this off. But you know what? You have a history. You have a career. You have credentials. So I'm gonna let it continue. Yeah. So it is now 2:20 a.m. I want to watch a bunch of reaction videos and see what social media is saying. I'll be making a ton of videos on that. But thank you guys for watching. This is my most watched live stream I think ever. And Andres is kind of ignoring us right now. We should go. Well, I don't know what you guys are talking about really, but I'm gonna end the live stream now. So thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you in the next video. What do you mean I'm not being a good streamer? I don't know. Bye. Least interactive live stream ever. I don't know. Bye.